Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists physicians with employment contract issues. Today, I'm just going to talk about how many or what percentage of physicians are self-employed. So let's talk about the different types of employment relationships for a physician, and then how many are actually self-employed. So for any physician, you have either an employee, which is a W-2, or an independent contractor, and that physician would receive a 1099. Now, if you are an independent contractor, obviously you are self-employed if you have an LLC and if you solely work as an independent contractor. Whereas if you're an employee for a hospital network, maybe a larger private-owned physician group, some kind of conglomerate, you are not self-employed. Now, as far as how many or what percentage of physicians are self-employed, let's talk about the definition of self-employed. So in my mind, self-employed simply means you are a solo practitioner working on your own without any partners or having some kind of shareholder percentage. You are a solo practitioner. And statistics show that around 14.8% of all physicians currently practicing in the United States are doing so as a self-employed physician. It seems like a relatively low percentage, but if you kind of pay attention to the trends in the healthcare industry, there's been a huge push from these big hospital networks to kind of gobble up all of these physician-owned practices and then integrate them into their systems. So the percentage of self-employed physicians has continued to decrease over time. I believe at one point it was between 30 to 40% 20 years ago, and now it's just slowly kind of decreased over time. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it's bad or good. I think the benefits of if you're in solo practice to kind of being bought out by a big hospital network, one, they're going to drop the bag, so you're going to get paid, or at least you should get paid a decent amount of money to sell your practice to the hospital network. But I find kind of the practical advantage for most physicians is they no longer have to deal with the oversight of the practice. So all the administrative duties, all the things that are kind of the headaches of being a small business owner, which I am and what I deal with on a weekly basis, just worrying about payroll and insurance and dealing with the lease and paying the internet and the electricity, just all the small things, the finances with the bookkeeping, all of that is taken away from you if you're a self-employed physician and then you sell out to a larger group or hospital network. Many physicians absolutely love not having those responsibilities. Now, the downside is it's very likely you will make less money as a physician if you are not self-employed. If you're self-employed, you simply can do things exactly how you want them. They can be more efficient. You can hire as many people as you want to hire and compensate them in the exact way that you want to compensate them. So many self-employed physicians can do very well for themselves. Now, there are also physicians that are just simply not good business, and this would go for any profession. Some people are great at their job, lawyers included, but might not be the best business person. And so identifying a physician's strengths and weaknesses and then determining what type of employment structure best suits them is certainly important. So around 15% of all physicians are currently self-employed. It kind of seems like it ebbs and flows over time. I remember when I started around, out of law school around 20 years ago, most of these big hospital networks were kind of buying practices, and then 5 years later, they started divesting them. So I think it ebbs and flows over time. But right now we're in a stage where these big hospital networks are gobbling up all these smaller physician-owned practices. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions about your employment contract, please feel free to contact my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description, or you can reach us through our website, chellellaw.com, and I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.